Welcome to this lecture. And in this lecture, we are going to be discussed about the property class in Java. Properties are a subclasses of the hashable. It is used to maintain the list of the values in which the key is a string and the value is also a string. The properties class is used to many other Java classes. For example, it is the type of object returned by system.getProperties when obtaining environmental values. Properties define the following instance variables. This variable hold a default property list associated with a property object. Properties is a file extension for files mainly used in Java. Related technologies to store the configurable parameters of an application. Java properties files are amazing resource to add the information in Java. Generally, these files are used to store static information in key and the value pair. Things that you do not want to hardcode in your Java code goes into properties file. The advantages of using property file is we can configure things which are prone or to change over a period of a time without the need of changing anything in the code. Properties files provide flexibility in terms of configuration. Simple properties file is shown like here I just write this is property file having my configuration. So here I just write file name which is equal to data dot text. Here we have the file name which is the extension of data dot text. So each parameters is stored as a pair of string. Means the left side of equal sign is to store the name of the parameters called the key, and the other is storing the value here. Means this is storing the key and this is storing the value here. So here is a code of the properties, and here I just import a library which is java dot input and output dot file. So it's a file input stream. Okay, import java dot input output and input output exception, and it's exception. Now here it's time to import java dot util and properties. Now I just go to my class which is prop, and here I just define my main method. So public static void main and string arguments. Now properties which is the object of prop which is equal to new properties. Okay, so after that I just use the exception. So try which is prop dot load and load which is equal to new and file input stream. Then here I just write my config dot properties. Okay, so this is the load property file for reading the data, and now I just write property dot list, and the list is system dot out. Yes, So this will get the properties as the print, and this is the system here. Now as write system.out.println, and here I just write property dot, sorry, it's property dot get property, and here I just write file name. So this is for reading the each property values. So now I just define this for system.out.println, and the print line here is property dot get property, and here I just write author name. These are the two properties here, which is a name, first one, and then the author. Now here system.out.println, and the print line here is prop and dot get property, and here I just write topic. Okay, so we have the three properties here, and now I just write catch, and here I just in the catch I just write input output exception, because I am just catching input output exception here, and here is write ex and exception, which is ex. Now here I just write ex dot print, and print is stack trace. Okay, and this is exception. Okay, now now I just run this code, and you can see here we have no file present in the default project root location. We will get an exception like this one. We can provide a fully qualified path of the file as well. So this is the program to use the load method to retrieve the list when the program is executed. So it will retrieve the list when the program is executed. So it first tries to load the list from the file, which is called my configurations and the properties. If this file exists in our project file, so this list is load like means this list is load, otherwise it will input output expression will be thrown like this one. You can see this is the input output expressions to thrown to us. You can see here Java input output and file not found exceptions, which is my configurations and the properties. If you add the file in your program locations, means the project location, that then you will get that file answer. You can see here. So here we used get property method, and this is the get property method. Okay, so why we use get property method? One useful capability of the property class is that you can specify a default property that will be returned if no value is associated with a certain key. For example, a default value can be specified along with the key in the get property method, such as get property name and the default value. So this is the get property name. Okay, so if the name value is not found, the default value is returned, means this value is not found. So then our default value will give us the return. When you construct a properties object, you can pass another instance of a property to be used as the default property of the instance. This is an example of property file in Java. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next lecture.